Good morning. Today we discuss the next chapter of your NCERT. We discuss first chapter in previous lecture. What is the living being, the character of the living being, diversity, taxonomy, taxonomical aids. These are the component of the chapter first. Today we discuss the next chapter, classification of the living world, or living being. You know very well on the earth there are two types which are present, living and non-living. जो सजीव है, living है, वो सारे आ गए आपके plants, all type of the plants, all type of the animals and microorganisms like the bacteria, virus, lichen, other. So the earth, on the earth there are two type of conditions are present, the living and non-living. The living being include the living world, and these living beings are firstly classified by the Linnaeus, and they are classified in two terms, Plantae and Animalia. So in previous years we can say they are the naturalist, not botanist, not zoologist. Naturalist, they study the nature, and nature made of the plant animals. Nature is made up of plant and animals in biotic factor form. So the Linnaeus is the first scientist that classify the living being in the two words, Plantae and Animalia. Plantae and Animalia, and he proposed the two kingdom classification. So today we discuss the classification of the living world. It means there are several scientists, those are classify the living being in different types, different parts, but we are study the few important classification. I clearly explain you that we discuss the classification system of the living being. We are not discuss here the plant classification or animal classification. Clear? Generally we discuss the classification. In our brain the thought is the plant classification or animal classification. मैं आपको यहाँ क्लियरली बता रहा हूँ ये बात, हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं लिविंग बीइंग क्लासिफिकेशन की, ना एनिमल क्लासिफिकेशन की, ना प्लांट क्लासिफिकेशन की. कि लिविंग बीइंग जो अर्थ पर हैं कितने टाइप के हैं, उन्हें कौन कौन से किंगडम में डिवाइड किया गया है, दैट नोन एज द लिविंग बीइंग क्लासिफिकेशन. क्लियर? तो फर्स्टली हम बात करें द लिविंग बीइंग क्लासिफाइड सेवरल साइंटिस्ट, पर दीज सम आर द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दोज आर द classified. First classification is the two kingdom classification. Two kingdom classification, and this classification is given by the Linnaeus. I explained earlier the Linnaeus is a very famous scientist. He is the father of the taxonomy. He is the father of the plant taxonomy. He is the father of the animal taxonomy. He is the father of the nomenclature, binomial nomenclature. He is the father of two kingdom classification. Suppose the two kingdom classification. The Linnaeus firstly divide all the living being in two groups, Plantae and Animalia. It means plants and animal. We discuss the firstly the two kingdom classification. The Linnaeus, the living being या living world जो हैं, living beings are divided into the two parts. First the Plantae for the plants, and Animalia for animals. So all the plants are included in the Plantae and all the animals are included in the Animalia kingdom. Clear? He classify the Plantae in the 24 families. And in his book, the 6,000 species are explained. In their book, at the Systema Nature, and species Plantarum. We discussed earlier in this book. The animal species are described in Systema Nature, animals, and in Species Plantarum for the plants. Clear? Due to this book, he was a former scientist and he was known as the father of taxonomy. Clear? And due to the system nature, he was known as the father of the systematic. So Linnaeus proposed the two kind of classification. They divide the two group in living being, the Plantae and Animalia. Plantae include the plants and Animalia include the animals. Clear? But this classification has some demerits. This classification have some demerits. These demerits are mainly three in your NCERT. First, there is no differentiation of prokaryote and eukaryote. First one is no differentiation between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. First, second, so in two kind of classification there are the three main demerits are present. There are three main demerits in the two kind of classification. The first one is that there is no differentiation between the prokaryotic and eukaryotes. Generally we know very well what the prokaryotic and eukaryotes. You know very well. The prokaryotes, those are not contain the well developed nucleus. Yeah, those contain the incipient nucleus are known as the prokaryote, and those cells contain the well developed nucleus with the strong protein. They are included in the eukaryotes. So generally all the higher organisms are eukaryotes, but in the bacteria these are known as the prokaryotes. Bacteria, mycoplasma, these are the prokaryotes. So this classification is not differentiate the prokaryote and eukaryote. It means they include only on the basis of their nutrition of plants and animals. Stability or mobility, they are moving animals, vegetable and the plants. Second main demerit is there is no differentiation between the unicellular and multicellular organism. Due to the two kind of classification, we are not classify which animal is the unicellular and which animal is multicellular. यहाँ पे वो भी डिफरेंशिएशन था। प्लांटी में अंदर सारे आ गए, यूनिसेलुलर भी आ गए और मल्टीसेलुलर शामिल हो गए, तो यहाँ पे डिफरेंशिएशन क्लियर नहीं है, विच वन इज द यूनिसेलुलर एंड विच वन इज द मल्टीसेलुलर। क्लियर। एंड थर्ड DMAT is for the nutrition. It means in Plantae Animalia, classified the organism in two parts. Those are autotrophic, they are included in the Plantae, and those are heterotrophic, they are in Animalia. All the animals are included in the Animalia, they are dependent on other force, and plants, those are develop their food self due to the photosynthesis. The autotrophic and heterotrophic, these are two categories for the distribution of the Plantae and Animalia. But the fungi are not autotrophic, it means fungi are the heterotrophic. So the fungi are included in the Plantae. So there are no clear cut division between the fungi and Plantae, because all the fungi are heterotrophic, they lack the chloroplast. So there are the three main difference between the in the two kingdom classification. Clear. And to overcome these three demerits, the proposed other classification system. Next, the classification proposed by the Haeckel, the three kingdom classification. After the lineage classification, the Haeckel proposed the three kingdom classification, and he developed a new kingdom for the unicellular organism. And the term is Protista. So in three kingdom classification, three kingdoms are present. First Protista, second Plantae, and third one is Animalia. All the unicellular organism on the earth, they are included in the Protista. We can say unicellular organism. So they solve this demerits. There are three demerits in the two kingdom classification, in which the second is the no difference between the unicellular and multicellular. But due to this classification, three kingdom classification, the Protista is the unicellular organism. So the classification represent the difference between the unicellular and multicellular organism. These two, Plantae and Animalia, are included in the multicellular organism. So this classification show that the unicellular or multicellular. So in this classification, the living being divided into three parts, the three kingdoms: Protista, Plantae, and Animalia. Clear? Protista term proposed by the Cuvier. The term Protista proposed by the Cuvier, but the three kingdom classification proposed by the Haeckel. Protista include prokaryotes. Generally, you can know you know very well that all the prokaryotes are generally unicellular. Protozoa, the protozoa are unicellular, like as amoeba, pseudoamoeba, entamoeba, porifera members, sponge वगैरह, ये the porifera members, those are the unicellular, and algae and fungi, these are also included in the Protista by the Haeckel. Clear? These are included in the Protista. In medical question, that according to Haeckel, the fungi and algae are included in which group? The answer is Protista. According to the Haeckel, that the first tissue containing, these are unicellular, the first tissue originates in the plant, the bryophytes. According to Haeckel, you can say that the first tissue originating, it means a group of the cell, make a tissue, the first tissue containing जो है plant on the earth is bryophytes, and the first tissue containing animals, the Sedentata. So these bryophytes and Sedentata are not included in the Protista. Bryophytes include the Plantae and Sedentata included in the Animalia. So this is a three kingdom classification, but in this classification again two demerits are not overcome, not solved: prokaryotes and eukaryotes, and autotrophic and heterotrophic form. So next classification proposed by the Copeland, that is known as the four kingdom classification. This is it is four kingdom classification and it proposed by the Copeland. Clear? So according to this classification, another kingdom is formed, and that is known as the Monera. That is Monera. So the four kingdom classification, the proposed a new kingdom, the Monera. New kingdom कौन सा है यहाँ पे? Monera. And Monera include the all prokaryotes. All prokaryotes are included in Monera. Clear? So the second demerits, prokaryote and eukaryote difference, it is overcome by this classification. Clear? You know prokaryotes, those cannot contain a well developed nucleus, incipient nucleus, that known as the prokaryotes. So bacteria are included in the prokaryotes. Clear? And the new term is Monera. The term Monera is proposed by the Rudetri and Allen. These are the scientists that proposed the Monera term. Term proposed by these scientists, and the kingdom proposed by the Copeland. In this classification, the brown algae, red algae, fungi and protozoa are included in the Protista. So in this type of the classification, the four kingdoms are formed present. These kingdoms are: first, that is the Monera; second, Protista; third, Plantae; and fourth one is the Animalia. So according to this classification, the living being divided into four kingdoms. All the prokaryotes are included in the Monera, all unicellular organisms are included in the Protista, and these Protista organisms are the eukaryotes, and all the plants are included in the Plantae, and all the animals are included in the Animalia. So in four kingdom classification, two demerits are overcome: first, unicellular multicellular organism; second, prokaryote and eukaryotes. Because all these three are include the eukaryotes, and Monera represent the prokaryotes. Clear? Clear? But present time in the classification, another demerit is present at the autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. So R.H. Whittaker proposed the next classification system, that known as the five kingdom classification. So R.H. Whittaker proposed the five kingdom classification at 1969. ये ईयर कंपोनेंट है बेटा, यहाँ पे पूछा जाता है आपसे एग्जाम में, मेडिकल एग्जाम आता है. 1969 that the R.H. Whittaker proposed this classification system. 1969. R.H. Whittaker is classification is known as the modern classification. R.H. Whittaker classification is known as the modern classification, and this classification is acceptable. Present time this classification is acceptable, and it is the advanced type of the classification system. Okay. R.H. Whittaker divide the living being into five kingdoms, and these kingdoms are these. First is Monera, already पहले से था. Second is the Protista. Third is fungi या fungi. Fourth is the Plantae, and fifth one is the Animalia. a new kingdom present here, that is the fungi, or we can say mycota. It is known as the mycota that is present. The Monera include the all prokaryotes. It includes the all prokaryotes. Protista, all unicellular eukaryotes. Include the all unicellular eukaryotes. Fungi include the true fungi. Fungi, the filamentary structure, they contain the mycelium and they are eukaryotic cells, and the fungi are heterotrophic. So, in plantae and fungi, the main difference is the fungi are the heterotrophic and plantae are the autotrophic. Then plantae, it means autotrophic, and ये कैसे है, हेटेरो, and Animalia, all animals. So these are the modern classification, clear, and this classification are based on the 5 main characters. This classification is based on the 5 main characters, and these characters are very important, clear. These characters are the cell structure, cell type, mode of nutrition, mode of the reproductions. These are the features, clear. So as we take a classification, or we can say 5 kingdom classification are based on the these 5 main features, clear. This is the basis of the 5 kingdom classification. The first one is the complexity of the cell. Complexity of cell means cell structure. The cell is of which type? It may be prokaryotic, it may be eukaryotic. Let the represent the cell structure, prokaryotic or eukaryotic. In Monera, the cells are the prokaryotic, and in Protista, fungi, plantae, animalia, the cells are the eukaryotic. Clear? Second main is the complexity of the organism. Complexity of organism is thallus organization. It means the plant body is which type. On the basis of cell it is prokaryotic, eukaryotic, but on the basis of the structure is which type. It is unicellular or multicellular. Unicellular or multicellular. That is the thallus organization. So we can say the cell structure is divided into 2 parts on the basis of the prokaryotic and eukaryotic. इसके बेस पर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की बात करें तो यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उसका और मल्टीसेलुलर. Generally, you know very well, the prokaryotes are the unicellular. Generally, the prokaryotes are the unicellular, all, and the protista are unicellular eukaryotes. So, unicellular, multicellular with organization means those are the eukaryotes. They are maybe unicellular or multicellular. The unicellular or multicellular base, the thallus organization. Then the mode of the nutrition. Mode of the nutrition. It means autotrophic or heterotrophic. Auto or heterotrophic. Autotrophic and heterotrophic. The mode of nutrition. Mode of reproduction. Mode of reproduction means asexual or sexual. Mode of reproduction means asexual and sexual type. Which type of reproduction and type of fertilizations? These are processes of the reproduction, the asexual and sexual. And last one is the phylogenetic relationship. It means the evolutionary characters are also included in the classification of 5 kingdom, classified by the R.H. Whittaker. These are the basis of the 5 kingdom classification. Clear? In your NCERT book, only 2 kingdom are present. 2. First, two kingdom classification by Linnaeus, and second is the five kingdom classification by the R.H. Whitaker, and another classification system is absent, like 3, 4 and 6. Then we discuss next at the sixth kingdom classification. Then sixth kingdom classification. This question in your exam, in the form of the column match. One side the name of scientist and one side the column B is read with the classification type. So this is sixth type of classification, and this classification proposed by the Carl Woese, the scientist that proposed the sixth kingdom classification. This classification also known as the three-domain classification. Three-domain classification. This classification is also known as the three-domain classification. In this classification, three domains are present, and in first domain, that the archaea divided in two parts, Archaeobacteria and Monera. So these is the three domain. These are known as the domain. Carl divided this condition. Three domain: the archaea, bacteria, and eukarya. In archaea, the primitive bacteria are present. Those are grown in the first on the earth, Archaeobacteria. In the ancient, oldest bacteria, the Archaeobacteria are included in the archaea, and in bacteria, that are included in the Monera, and eukarya. Eukaryotic cells are divided in the another four types: the Protista, fungi, plantae, and fourth one is Animalia. Clear? So in this type condition, the domain, three are domain: the archaea, bacteria, and eukarya, and these are the kingdom. First, Archaeobacteria, the Archaeobacteria. Second, Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, and Animalia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it is known as the sixth kingdom classification and three domain classification. Clear? So today we discuss the different classification system. First, two kingdom classification proposed by Linnaeus. Clear? Divide two parts of the living being, the plantae and Animalia. Plantae for the plant, Animalia for animals. Second, the two kingdom classification contain three demerits, main demerits. The second is the three kingdom proposed by the Haeckel, and he developed the divided the living being three parts, three kingdoms. That is the first one is Protista, second one is plantae, and third one Animalia. Protista include the all unicellular organism. Then is Copeland, scientist Copeland. They proposed the four kingdom classification. In this classification, another kingdom formed, that is the Monera. It means all the prokaryotic are included in the Monera. So in this classification, the four kingdom, first one is Monera, second Protista, third Plantae, and fourth is Animalia. Clear? And after that, the modern classification are proposed by the R.H. Whitaker. That is the most important classification system. R.H. Whitaker in 1969, and on the basis of the five main characters, they include the cell structure, thallus organization, mode of nutrition, mode of reproduction, and phylogenetic relationship. On the basis of these characters, basis, he classified the living into 5 kingdom. First, Monera include the all prokaryotes like the bacteria, mycoplasma. Second is the Protista, all unicellular eukaryotes. Third one is the fungi, heterotrophic, ठीक है, or pyramid structure. And fourth one is the plantae, autotrophic plants. And fifth is Animalia. Clear? Okay, thank you.